Gentlemen, wanting more isn't wrong, but settling is. For many years I have been influenced. I've been my own man, but I have had slight influences throughout my life saying, you can't do this, or, why can't you be happy with this? And for many years, especially as a Christian, it's hard being humble. You try and be a humble man, and you say, you know what, I will be humble and I'll accept it as it is. And acceptance and flat out settling can be a dangerous road, right? Because it can mean that in the best interest of people, they just want you to have a nice life. They don't want you to have to struggle. Parents, family, loved ones, they don't want you to suffer and struggle. But an important part of building the life you want, that's required. It's necessary. You don't get a life that you want to live without struggle, without suffering, without sacrifice. It's very important. So, do you want to be a man that settles down and isn't really happy with his life, but everyone else told him he's happy, so I suppose he's happy? Or do you want to be the kind of man that says, well, I'm not happy with the way I'm living, so I'm going to change it? And if there's anyone that's saying I can't live that way, well, I'm not going to listen to them. I want to live the way I want to live. I'm going to live the way I want to live, regardless of anyone's input or opinion. Because really, their advice, their input can only mean so much. Your life is your life, and you have to choose where you want to take it. Do you really want to settle for less, or do you want more? And for the people that are coming to this channel, I can only tell you they want more out of life. And I can tell you for sure I do. I don't want to just be the same old thingy. And I knew this from about 14 or 15. I knew from about 14, I had this anxiety, terrible word, I know. No, I shouldn't use that word. But I had this anxiety, this fear of getting a regular just office job, a wife, or a girlfriend I should say, a little dog, and a house, and that was it. And that's, and a lot of my friends have that, and a lot of people that have been my friends in the past at least have that now. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing for the people that want it, and for the people that love that thing, I think it's very, very good. For everything I've ever wanted, it wasn't good enough. I've got itchy feet. All my life has been moving around. I've always been moving from place to place, from one house to the next. So, the idea that I have to live in one house for the rest of my life, that I pay a mortgage on, and I get married, and I don't move to any other country, and I don't see nothing else, not going to happen. I'm going to tell you now. Just not going to happen. God willing, at least. So now the decision's up to you. So now that's where you come in. You now have to look at yourself and think about, where do I fit in all this? Where does my life fit in all this? My girlfriend wants this, my mum wants this, my dad, whoever, loved ones, they want this for my life. But I want this. Do you live a life to please them, who's already lived their life and pleased themselves or their parents, and maybe learned a few things or regretted a few things? Or do you live for you? I know people personal to me, who have regretted not taking certain things or going on certain trips or adventures because they had to be close to their family, or they thought they had to be close to their loved ones because they didn't want to let them down or leave them alone. And as a result of that, they've missed out on so many opportunities. But they missed out on so many opportunities that were handed to them because they didn't want to upset the people that they were close to. And it's a terrible way to live. Trust me. The only reason I'm talking about this now is because I've seen it. I've seen how it's affected my family. I've seen how it's affected my friends and loved ones, past girlfriends. I've seen how much it still upsets these people today when they talk about it. The regret in their eyes, the regret in their face, that sudden tone of voice change. I mean, it is just terrible. It is terrible. And especially as a man, how can you live that way? You have to have a dad law. Your kids have to say, well, what did you do? And you have to say, nothing. It's unacceptable. You can't have that, and you know you can't have that, and you know you don't want that. You know you don't want that. There'll be plenty of people that are happy with that, and let them be happy with that. They can be happy with that. But you don't have to be happy with that. That's the point I'm trying to get across. Everyone else that's happy with the way they're living, family, loved ones, and they're happy with the way their life's turned out, even if they're not quite exactly happy, but they're complacent, that's great. But you don't have to be happy with that. You don't have to accept. You don't have to settle. You can want more without having to explain yourself. You're a man. And it's not about putting people down. It's about having self-autonomy to be able to tell yourself when, why, and what. To not have to be accountable for other people saying, I don't agree. They don't have to agree. It doesn't have to make sense to them. It only has to make sense to you. And I hope you realize that. And I hope you really come to a conclusion where you say, you know what, that does make sense. And I hope it gets to a point where it makes sense to you. And you say, yeah, he's right. And I want to do that, and I want to live my life from now on. And it doesn't have to make sense to anyone. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't owe anyone a thing. You don't owe anyone a thing. So especially for the young men out there, live your life now and don't apologise for anything. Well, gentlemen, thank you for watching. I'll see you later.